Sports Podcast.
Yo,
We're back.
what's up? How y'all doing out there? Big things going on, man. Big things going on. We're back. Me and Cap are back
Yep.
in the captain's quarters.
We are.
You got a list. I got a list.
Yeah,
We just went out to lunch at Marketside.
it was fantastic.
Absolutely banging. Cap's been repping this place for a long time.
I have, and I think we're gonna probably have one of the owners on the show sometime in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So he said he's on board.
Sandwiches are banging. The desserts are banging.
And, incredible.
Yeah, got produce up in there. Dude, that place rules.
Yeah, it's a great spot in Youngstown. If anybody has not been there yet, I highly suggest going.
Yeah, that sandwich took me out, man. I'm like, "Woo, let's do a show." I'm like, let's do a nap.
Let's do a nap.
Yeah.
I know.
Super cool. It's a beautiful day in Youngstown.
It's gorgeous out today.
Walking around with Captain the fucking mayor. And I shaking everybody's hands.
Yeah.
We got the most interesting bottle of water I've ever got.
Yeah, I know.
What does this say? It's Karma with a K, only available at Marketside.
Yeah.
It says probiotic water, and I was like, all right, cool, it's a water. I just got it. And I did take note that the cap was rather large and plastic, and I thought that was odd.
Yeah.
And then Lee starts reading the instructions, which I
Right.
never thought that I had to.
For water.
Yeah, she just goes, how do you do it? How do you do it? I'm like, what do you mean, how do you do it? It's a bottle of water.
It was so funny. He's like, I opened it and drank it.
That's how I've been doing it the whole
She's
time.
like, well,
man.
what's this?
Yeah, I didn't notice there's all this like probiotic powder or something at the top.
Yeah.
And you like you push the top through and it releases it into your water, almost like a sand dial there, a sundial. No, not a sundial. What's the timing thing?
Oh, what is that called?
A sand clock. What are those called?
Is it a sundial?
No, a sundial's like the one with the shadow.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a triangle. You know what I'm talking about, everybody.
definitely know.
Everyone listens. Someone knows it and they're yelling at the phone.
They definitely are.
And everyone else is like, what the fuck is that thing called? We've seen it in every movie ever that's ever, any
Oh, for
movie
sure.
that had to go over time has shown us that.
Yeah.
Whatever. So it's like one of those. And it goes into the water. It makes a delicious blueberry lemonade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super good. I know. I took a sip.
It's like
I
a
was
fun
man,
size
that's great.
experiment.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And okay, so that place is great.
Yeah,
A
everyone
lot
should
of fun
go.
to do. Yeah. Fun for the kids. You get your probiotic water. They push it and watch the things go in the water.
Yep.
What do you got on your list?
So I had to put a couple people over here last night, and we were just, we burned one, and I was just acting funny, and then, somebody was commenting about, running bars and stuff like that, and they were like, I was like, yeah, I'm like, funny. It's funny to me how, like, people are like, I've been going to bars for 20 years. I could run a bar.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I just start laughing, and I'm like, that's what everyone thinks, but it ain't true. I'm like,
It takes an enormous amount of work to make it seem like it runs smoothly.
Yeah,
so
it
people
does.
see it running smoothly and they're like, that looks easy.
Well,
A lot of work goes into making it look easy.
yeah. So I've been doing this for 20 years now, and for the first 10 years, I pretty much just bartended at places that they needed drinks to get pushed out fast.
Yeah.
And I was just like kind of a speed bartender, never really paid that much attention to the
You weren't
whole
a
dynamic of everything.
mixologist.
I wasn't a mixologist, and I also didn't pay attention to like the back line, like everything that goes into running a place.
Yeah.
Like, I was laughing, and I said, everybody thinks like, dude, it's easy. You just have the 3 B's. You got your beer, your booze, and your bartender, and you're fucking good to go. And but that's not it. Like, and what I realized after about 10 years
There's
is that
several
I
other
didn't
B's.
know. Yeah.
You need broads,
Broads,
yeah,
boobs,
burgers, burritos,
yeah.
biscotti.
But the bottom line was that I didn't know shit until the last 10 years. Like the first 10 years, like I was like, I was like, oh, I could run a bar. I couldn't have. There's no
Yeah.
way I could have. Now I can.
Sure, you've proven that.
Yeah, but so we were just laughing and having a good time, and because they were talking about different people that will remain unnamed right now, about different people buying different bars and stuff like that around the area, and they're like, well, does he know what he's doing? And that's when I said, everybody thinks they know what they're doing that's been going to a bar for 20 years. And that's when the whole thing came up. And I'm like, I didn't know shit, and I was fucking behind the bar for 10 years. So, anyway, that was where the story was going.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, everybody thinks they can run a bar. It takes a lot more than that in a small town, especially.
Sure.
You know.
It's,
bands.
like a big
bands.
city. Bands? Musical bands?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another B.
Yeah, bands, that is another thing, yeah. And with that, you need a bass.
You sure do.
You need a bass.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, man, because in a small town, you're like building a little culture. You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
a big city, like it is just shoveling out fast drinks.
Sure.
You know, it might as well be fucking automated.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
you're not kind of building a little thing where you get to know the town.
Yes.
And when you see one person, the other person you're like, oh god, that's gonna be a problem.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you know what I mean? You see a lady talking to a fella she shouldn't. You see the whole thing.
Oh, so many times. And behind the bar, you really see it.
Yeah.
And you hear a lot of things that you don't ever want to hear. Oh, I wish I didn't know that.
So you know all everyone's secrets that you're watching them all hang out with each other.
Unfortunately, I do know most
my God,
people's.
that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep this guy on your good side, man. He has read a tell-all. A scathing tell-all.
I could. I wouldn't, but I could.
He's like having that hanging over everybody.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, good stuff there.
What else you got?
Oh, I don't know. That was my first story. Then,
first one?
Yeah.
I've been sure the whole lunch I've been struggling to not just get into the wedding we went to last night.
Yeah, okay, that's
But,
what we're...
if you want me to do that now.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Ryan Henderson. Everyone knows Ryan. He's been the guest on the show.
He has.
Drummer in Grub.
Yep.
Our yearly Papa Foxtrot gig.
Yep.
That is requested by Cap's request.
Every year. I needed it.
Other than that, we all love Ryan. Him and beautiful Miranda got married yesterday.
Yes.
At the Statler Hotel.
Congratulations, guys.
And this place, yeah, it was great, man. It was beautiful. Fun. Of course, it's a Henderson wedding, too. It's a goddamn party.
Of course.
He did the... also, people know him as Officer Funderson.
Yes,
At
that's true.
The Boozy Bingo, is that what it is?
Boozy Bingo, yeah.
Yeah. So we were at the table with Bianca, who does the Boozy Bingo. And I was talking to her, and she's like, he's got the shorts and the mullet. I'm like, he doesn't. She's like, he does. I'm like, oh, fuck, yes. Let's go. She's like, he's like, I might do it. I'm like, that's fucking great. And he did. At one point, someone's like, oh, hey, check it out. And I look over at the dance floor, and there's fucking Officer Funderson.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and this
amazing.
motherfucker gets a chair in the middle of the dance floor, stands up on it, splits people in the crowd. He puts us all into two sides.
Yeah.
And they play Bohemian Rhapsody. And he starts conducting both sides of the room to go,
that's
figure
awesome.
it out, figure it out. And he's pointing to
that's
us,
great.
I'm just a poor boy, no. And then points to the other side, he's just a poor boy. He did the whole song.
Oh, that's
and then
incredible.
it gets into the headbanging part, and everyone went fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And I'm like watching, I'm like, this guy's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And then he just goes, he's running around, and then he ends up coming around right to the table that I'm standing next to. So he's right in front of me. I get a front row seat at this. During the end, when it slows down, he goes,
Yeah.
nothing really matters. He just quietly just lays down on the table and sings it, and then just lays on his back. It was fucking Shakespearean.
Right.
I thought he was going to pull a knife out, like dagger himself in the heart. And I would have fucking been like, bravo!
Bravo.
Bravo! That's entertainment. It was fucking amazing. I was like, dude, that was cinematic. So, yeah, brilliant. Brilliant.
I'm not shocked at all. He's
No.
such a fun guy, and he is brilliant.
Yeah, that was great. Officer Funderson. Well,
Yeah.
all right, my favorite part of that is thinking about, like, her uncle or just some random cousin she has who has no fucking idea what he flew in from fucking Phoenix.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what Officer Funderson is.
Right.
And at one point, the groom puts on short shorts and a mullet and does that.
Yeah.
He's like, what the fuck did she just marry?
This guy is something else.
Yeah, wow. Jesus. Oh, it was great. All right, so it's at the Statler, this beautiful 100-year-old hotel.
Yeah.
It looks old school. It's got the 3 towers and
I
shit.
know the Statler. I love
There's
it.
so much there. So, Bianca's telling us there's a basement there.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, it was like a nightclub. And they, like, refurbished it and stuff. She's like, Elvis played down there. And I was
What?
like, get the fuck out of here.
Really?
I was like, now my mission is to get down to that fucking place.
Of course.
For the rest of the night. So we're all hanging out, boozing and shit. There's a big fountain that's like a later edition from some guy who was renovating it.
Okay.
And it's literally the Scarface fountain at the end of Scarface.
Uh-huh.
There's a balcony, but it's a little further. Like if you just slid it back, it
Yeah.
would be Tony Montana shot off the thing face down
Yeah.
in the thing. Everyone I said it to was like, oh, dude, it's exactly Scarface.
Right.
Yeah. So I got the basement.
Yeah.
So we start like, oh, we got to walk around. Tony's telling me that like Cab Calloway played in the Golden Ballroom where the reception was, and like James Brown and shit. Like there's a big stage there with this curtain.
Yeah.
So we sneak over to the stage and kind of sneak past the curtain. And the way the lighting is the curtain's like transparent. So we can see out at the entire wedding, but no one can see us. We're standing on stage with a black curtain in front of us, looking out at this whole wedding and seeing it through the lights, but we're pitched, they can't see through the curtain at us.
Sure.
It's quite trippy. But we couldn't find any backstage. We started getting, adventurous. And then we're with a whole group of fucking knuckleheads. Oh, yeah, what up? And we start, going around, fucking going up in the hallways, looking for the fucking, it's cool shit to find. Spooky stuff.
Yeah.
We've been watching Halloween movies.
Yeah.
And then at one point, we go in this door that you're probably definitely not supposed to. And the leader of the pack, I don't want to say anyone's name, we were trespassing. He fucking ran off into some hallway or something. Okay. But as we're in there, the two kids who work there came in. We're like, guys, you can't be in here. Like, they probably got cameras and they're watching these two a whole group of like people from a wedding, just woo, spooky. But when we go into like the construction zone, they're like, you guys can't be in here.
Yeah.
We're like, all right. So they're walking us out, and it was kind of felt like a little kid in school and got in trouble. But I just started talking to the dude. I'm like, oh, so they're renovating or something. And they were super nice. So we started shooting the shit, and they could tell we were just interested.
Yeah.
So I'm like, someone told me there's a basement. And he started telling us about the basement. At one point, he looks at me, and he goes, you guys want to see it? We're like, yes. So I fucking spun getting into trouble into a private fucking tour
of
the basement we wanted to see.
Yeah.
And it's this little nightclubby round room thing. It's cool as shit. And he said Sinatra sang in there. I was like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Wow, that's so cool.
And he's like, yeah, Elvis sang down here. So I looked it up, and Elvis, like, in 1972, I think he was staying at the hotel. He must have been doing a show. And there's footage of him in this room that we were in, like, warming up with his band. They used it as like a rehearsal space.
Yeah.
And it's 72 Elvis with the glasses and the whole suit and everything, singing doo-wop with all these guys. And I was like, dude, crazy. We were just in that fucking room. Like, the way it's set up, it's 70s. They've updated the style, but it's still really fucking cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone told me that in the Golden Ballroom where we had the wedding, they used to put like a boxing ring, and then like Al Capone this was like 30s Buffalo, Art Deco, mob run shit.
Oh yeah,
fucking Queen City, Scorsese movie shit. Right. And Al Capone used to come to the boxing matches, and there was like a room that was like him and his boys would hang out there, and their cigar cognac room.
Yeah.
And they said, there's ghosts, and when you go on a ghost tour and women go in that room, the ghosts get really upset. Because it's like a guys only mobster room.
Oh, okay.
So it's like these, old school mob guys.
Yeah.
And it's their ghosts because they probably got whacked.
They probably did.
And then if a woman goes in there on a ghost hunt, the ghost gets very angry. Yeah, it's called the Rendezvous Room, the basement. Not the Al Capone one. It's the Rendezvous Room.
The Rendezvous Room.
Dude, that's where Elvis sang.
Yeah.
Dude, this place is fucking badass.
Oh, yeah.
Like the history. I mean, that's just what I learned that day. Just last night. There's so much history in there.
There's a lot of history of the Statler. I knew that like from when I lived up there 25 years ago. I don't think that. Oh no, I was thinking of a different place. It was fine then, I think. But yeah, it's a historical Buffalo building. Yeah, without a doubt.
There's like around the dance floor and the reception area where all the tables and everything. There's like this balcony. We could walk up and walk around the balcony and look down.
Yeah.
And then at one point there was this guy, someone's uncle or something, some fucking dude.
Yeah.
In his 50s, 60 maybe. And he was kind of wandering around, and then he's up on the thing, and I see him like waving down to his wife and whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of people waving up, and he just unbuttons his shirt, and he did it all slow, like slowly unbuttoned his shirt, and I was like, is this guy gonna do it? And he did it. He just opened his shirt, and, like flashed the whole crowd. It was great. Yeah, I don't know who he was. Guy was a fucking gangster. Yeah, that was a blast, man. It was a good time. Good times had by everybody there. All the grub boys hanging out.
So I had to we tried to do this thing earlier today, and but I had to help my aunt move this fish tank out of her house. And I moved this fish tank into their house, my aunt and uncle's house, like 15 years ago. It's a 250-gallon fish tank. It's fucking humongous.
Wow.
And we're going to take it out, and I was like, Aunt Lisa, I'm like, was the hot tub room here when we moved this thing in? She's like, oh, I don't remember, honey. And I was like,
she got a hot tub room, too?
So, like, when you're facing the house,
they have a very aquatic aunt.
The giant, yeah, I know, right? They have a pool in the back too.
Oh my god! She a mermaid?
She might be. So like when you're facing the house, off the giant living room in the front where the fish tanks and everything are, they put like just like 6 feet off the house. They put poured a hot tub pad, put a hot tub in, and then they're like, oh, this sucks. So they built a room around it.
Yeah.
So we're going to take this fish tank out, and I was like, there's no fucking way this room was here before, because this was not this hard.
You blocked in this giant tank of water with a bigger tank of water.
Yes, exactly.
We can't back a truck into it because there's a giant tank of water in the backyard.
Right. So
we need a boat to get this thing out of here.
So they're like, how the fuck are we going to do this? I'm like, you're going to have to take the doors off. I'm like, and then you're going to have to take that fucking window out on the other side of the fucking hot tub room. Yeah. And they're like, is that really our only option? And I was like, if anyone else can think of a better idea, have at it. And they were like, no, that's the only way. So we had to bring this thing all the way around. And then we're like, all right, see you guys, thanks. And they're like, oh no, you got to help us deliver it to Ransomville. And I was like, what? I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't know this was part of the deal. So we had to take it to a chiropractor.
What?
It went into a chiropractor's
this is
office.
Like a Mad Libs. It just gets weirder.
I know. And we go in there, and he's got all these like tiger fish.
Really?
He's already got like 3 tanks in there.
Nice.
And he's got like all these huge like cod and koi and I mean huge, like almost a foot long.
Wow.
Like I was like, those are the biggest ones I've ever seen. And I'm like another tank, and he's like, I love fish, man. And I was like, I can tell.
Yeah.
So
yes, once it's dude, I mean, I watched that Tiger King shit, and once people start getting into like collecting exotic animals, they get in. That's what this guy is, Tiger Fish King.
Yeah. So then while we're first taking the fish tank out, we take the top off, and the base is much lighter, obviously, than the giant piece of glass.
You guys emptied it, right?
And yeah. And we took all the stones and everything out of it. Like, the stones was like 250 pounds.
Yeah. Just
the stones. And so then, like, we open the bottom, and there's a 75-gallon tank in the bottom of it.
Wow.
We're like, oh, what the fuck?
Jesus.
So we had to knock these boards out and pull that out before we could even do it.
Well, if there's ever a drought.
So then the guy was like, oh, my God, I got another tank? Like, we were like, yeah, there's another 75-gallon tank for you for free. And he's like, holy cow. He's like, thanks so much, you guys. Like,
guys, lucky day.
Anybody? Yeah, he was super excited.
You guys want some koi fish for the road or something? Or like, oh, we're good.
Right. So, it was a slightly eventful day so far.
It is eventful. That's funny.
Yeah. Yep. And then we're on our way back. Or no, I'm sorry. On the way out there, I was like, hey, stop at that new pizza place. Like, I was starving. I was like, I just want to grab a slice real quick. And I walk in, and the guy behind the counter is like, looks like he's from Tokyo. And I was like, oh. I was like, that's not what you want your pizza guy to look like.
Where is this?
It's at the new place, right next to Newport.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he had like he was definitely like Japanese,
yeah.
And he had like the long beard.
Oh my God.
Like down to like here.
Was he like hipster, like a hipster
and then
Japanese
he had a Tokyo
kid?
racing something shirt on.
Oh my God.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on?
If anyone who doesn't know, this is a pizza place literally in the woods by where we all went to high school. Yes. It's the last place you'd find a Japanese man making pizza.
Absolutely.
This has been like a Mad Libs, this whole story.
Yeah.
Nothing makes sense with the thing before that.
Nothing.
It's a chiropractor, fish tank, Japanese pizza.
Yeah.
Is it like a young hipster Japanese kid who's like into a pizza place?
I would say
it's a
like
skateboarder
he was
kid?
probably between 35 and 40.
Okay.
So like not a kid.
My understanding is they have pizza places in Buffalo. That guy.
Oh really?
That same guy does. He's expanding.
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah. In Buffalo, wouldn't bat an eye at it.
No.
Right next to Newport. Yeah.
I was like, what? I walked in and I was like, did I just fucking go into the wrong place somehow?
Yeah, did I just go through a portal to a pizza place in Japan?
What kind of sushi do you got?
Yeah. Like authentic, too.
Right.
With the beard and everything.
Yeah, I know, exactly. That's why I was so confused. Like, I was like, holy shit. I'm like, this guy looks like he's like straight out of the movie Kung Fu.
Yeah, like he's like a henchman that Bruce Lee had to kick his ass or something.
Exactly.
Put the pizza dough over his head and pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
That's interesting. How was the pizza?
It wasn't bad. It was a little salty, but it was good. Like,
well, don't let that guy find out about the fish tank.
No, definitely not.
He finds the fucking mother lode. You're gonna get yourself a sushi pizza.
We sure are.
Poor chiropractor's fucking beta fish or whatever.
Yeah. What is that, tigerfish on there?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
How about that?
So yeah, but I don't know. It was the slices were huge. It was reasonably priced, I thought. It was like 2 big slices and 2 Pepsis for $13. So not bad.
I'm trying to remember what happened. So we got separated from the group when we got taken down to the rendezvous room.
Yeah.
And they're all running around, and they were like, so we're getting a private tour of this cool place we were talking about going to find.
Yeah.
Like from the guys telling us all about it, like a sanctioned tour, while meanwhile the rest of the crew is like running around in a hallway upstairs or something. Like
Right.
They found like the utility closet.
Yeah.
That was funny. All right, today's the 12th. If you're listening to this when it came out tonight, hopefully. Tomorrow, October 13th, Riverfest, a River Jam at Buffalo River Works.
Yes.
Roy G. Bibb's playing on this with a whole bunch of other people.
4 p.m.
Savo Highway, Kimono Fox is doing DJ sets all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bibb's at 4. Magic Bean, Spafford, Andy Frasco, and the UN. It's going to be a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm sure most people got their tickets. I know there's a ton of people at the wedding last night who had tickets. All the shows we've been doing recently, everyone's got their fucking tickets. But still, because there's still tickets to go, man. This is a big-ass place.
Yeah, everybody
can come to this shit.
Show.
Cap's going to come.
I am coming.
Cap and Galifianakis are going to take a fucking... Yeah. We're looking forward to it, man.
Yeah.
These are always
I'm
the
excited
good ones.
about it,
Anything that's a big community effort, you know? There's a bunch of bands. There's a bunch of people, good people. The Riverworks people are great. All the people coming are great. Like, it feels like a cohesive effort.
Yeah.
A lot of time, you do a gig and you're like, wow, this one's all on us, huh?
Right.
Right. But this is a big, a lot of people coming together to make something really fucking cool happen.
It sounds like it's going to be amazing. I'm really excited. I haven't been out there yet this year either, so
I haven't been out there in a long time.
I've been, almost every Sunday as I've had to work.
Yeah.
So, and then the couple that I didn't have to work, Galifianakis called me, and I was like, dude, I'm way too fucking tired. Like, I can't do it. I'm like, I want to go, but I can't go.
Yeah.
But I've had a little bit of rest lately.
Well, Cap's on vacation these days.
Kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna make it happen, and come see the magic.
Yeah, man, that'll be a good one. Every weekend, I feel like I've been like, this is the button on the end of the sentence of the season.
Yeah.
Like, now it's getting cold, It's like, we're going to play this last weekend of gigs, and then I'm going to, put everything in the garage and pack up for the season. It seems like that weekend has happened for the last 7 fucking weekends.
Yeah.
Things I just get booked up on shit, and next thing you know, it's like another big weekend of, like, playing all weekend or doing stuff.
Right.
But I think this might actually be it. This might be the button on the end of the fucking sentence.
We'll see.
And then I can chill, and the next thing you know, the first weekend of November, we're playing some fucking 8 different things.
Yeah. I might come up with something.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I need a favor.
Yeah. Oh. There's a lot of things we're planning here, people. A lot of things that you can't wait for you people to find out about.
I know.
Y'all don't know.
Yep.
What's up with the sports? What's in the sports news?
The Yankees clinched, so they're moving on. And Game 5 for the other American League is Cleveland and Detroit. They play today, this afternoon. So whoever wins that, the Yankees will play to go to the World Series.
That's cool.
And the Mets already won, and the Dodgers clinched last night, so it's Mets. So we could be looking at, possibly, if it keeps going the right way, another Subway World Series, which would be very fucking cool.
That is pretty cool.
But New York versus LA would also be very cool.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of history there. For those of you who don't know, the LA Dodgers used to be the Brooklyn Dodgers.
I was thinking more like Biggie, Tupac, but yeah.
Yeah, there's that too.
That's right.
Yeah, so the Dodgers, the LA Dodgers, used to be the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Okay.
And the Brooklyn Dodgers actually, they faced off against each other like, I want to say like 6 or 7 times in the World Series before the moved to LA in the 50s. And with the Yankees going like 5-1. So they finally won one, the Brooklyn Dodgers, and they were like, oh, it's going to be this big rivalry forever.
When did this start?
This was back in it started in like the 20s or 30s.
Yeah, old school.
Yeah, and
Al Capone at the Statler watching, listening to the game on the radio with money on it. Yeah.
Yes. and then when Brooklyn finally won one of the World Series over the Yankees, they were like, holy shit, this is going to be the best rivalry for the next like 50 years. And then they moved to LA like 2 years later because they were like, there's not enough room in New York for, because there was the New York Giants too, who are now the San Francisco Giants. So, and the Mets didn't even exist.
Yeah.
and then the Mets came into play.
Is there still that history there with the L.A. New York?
Absolutely,
now? There's still a rivalry there.
Yeah, like if you get like the old commentators, like the guys that are in their 60s and 70s, like they're like, man, I would love to see New York, L.A. Like just because
East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah, because like they're like when I was 5 years old. The last time the Yankees and Brooklyn Dodgers played, like, this guy's like 75 years old, but he's like, when I was 5, I remember my dad sitting me down and listening to these games on the radio. They're like, oh my God, I would love to see that,
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
So there's that, or there's the Subway Series, New York, which is
that's
very
cool too.
Yeah. So it's
more of a
lining
Civil
up to
War.
be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And then
that permeates. I feel like I don't know. Well, I don't know. I mean, all right, you're the only one who's giving me baseball updates, but everybody else on the planet treats the Bills like it's their fucking religion now.
Yes.
There was so many hey-ays at the wedding.
Oh yeah.
There's every single human being I see has a Bills thing on.
Right.
And then I don't see that much Saver stuff. Is it just?
Well,
I don't know.
stink.
Something about they're just doing good. Something about the Bills has gotten really fucking popular in the last few years.
Well, Josh Allen.
Yeah?
It's Josh Allen.
Yeah?
That's all it is.
All right.
I mean, he's the shit.
Josh Allen, will you cream pie me? Is a T-shirt someone's wearing. That's a T-shirt that a man's wearing.
Yeah, a man.
A grown-up man sitting at a bar.
A grown-up man.
Sitting with Josh Allen, will you cream pie me?
Maybe grown up. Yeah, exactly.
Guys, so that's how much a hold this guy has on this city. There's a big fucking billboard of him up, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
I think
He's got a million
I know where
now.
it is, and I'm pretty sure I drove past it like twice yesterday trying to park at this hotel. And I was like, I didn't even look up at that fucking thing.
Yeah. And we already discussed this, but like the good news for you and everybody else tomorrow is that the Bills don't play. They play Monday night.
Yeah.
So people will be ready and raring to roll to listen to some music tomorrow and get prepared for Monday night.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of the hey-ays.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, well, that's good, man. I'm just saying. Like,
I might want to play the shout song.
I mean, yeah, someone will.
Someone will.
Maybe I'll let Frasco do it.
Girls do.
We have, we've got a great, we're playing, Biv's got an hour set, and it's just going to be relentless.
Yeah.
It'll be, it's going to ebb and flow and everything, but it's just like literally the best of. Just not an ounce of fat on this thing. We've been running this set. It's fucking great.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah. Thanks for the sports update.
Yeah.
And the Bills lost the last couple.
They did. They've lost 2 in a row. They opened up the season 3-0. They lost the last 2, and they play the Jets tomorrow, who just fired their coach this week.
Really?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets, favorites to win the Super Bowl, are fucking like 1-4.
Well, didn't he tear his fucking
Achilles last year?
Yeah.
But he's back this year. And he doesn't look like the same Aaron Rodgers.
No.
And
because he's not vaccinated.
Well, I think more because he's like my age.
He doesn't have the beautiful miracle of the love of the medical industry running through his veins.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, what you know what he does, right? What he did instead of doing all that shit, he went into a mushroom darkness.
What?
That's what he called it.
Instead of doing all what shit?
Like he had his surgery.
Yeah.
And then instead of doing following all the doctor's orders and everything, he's like, no. He's like, I'm going to live in a tent for like a month and do mushrooms.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God.
This is what that guy did?
Yeah.
Oh my God. This guy rules.
Yeah. So, and like, he's all better.
I'm going to try that.
He's all better.
My ankle's a little fucked up. I'm going to try that too.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a month. I'll do like a week. It's sore. It's just kind of sore.
Yeah. So
then he's good?
Yeah. I mean, he never. He said, I'm going to like a mushroom tent or a mushroom dark something.
Yeah.
I don't know. And like everyone was like, is that like a psychedelic thing? Like, and he would never clarify.
Oh, okay.
Like,
he said some
but that's
cryptic
totally
weird
what
shit.
it was.
Yeah?
Yeah. And he's from like Southern California.
Oh, okay. So
he went to like UCLA, UCLA, and
well, maybe it'll work. How's he been playing since the mushroom thing?
He, like I said, he's not the same old guy, but like he's old now. He's like my age.
Yeah,
he's like 42. Like, but like that's
maybe
old
after
for a
the
football
mushroom
player.
thing. He's like, this is a lot of work. Why am I doing this?
Man, I'll just go back to the tent.
I'm rich as fuck. I'm gonna go back to this. What the fuck are we doing out here?
Yeah,
this big scary guys trying to fucking tackle me. This sucks.
Exactly.
He just broke his spell on football, and he's like, this fucking blows, dude. This hurts.
What was I thinking?
What am I doing? Just to give the ball to that guy?
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I'm going back to the 10.
So hopefully the Bills fucking smash them tomorrow. Because
yeah, fucking hippie, fuck him.
exactly. So it should be entertaining at least.
I'm thoroughly entertained. I can't wait to watch this now.
Right?
Feel like that's the mushroom guy.
That's the mushroom
I'm
guy.
gonna be watching him, be like, look, he's tripping balls. Look at him.
He's running around scared.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And it just keeps getting
Chucks the ball like this.
hiding behind the cameraman and shit. No, they really want to fuck with them. Are they playing in Buffalo?
No, it's in New
Oh,
York.
damn. They have the guy, whoever fucking puts on Mr. Brightside at all the football games,
Yeah.
just like throw on a fucking 77 Dead show and just have him like trip out.
Right.
He'll get totally lost.
Oh, you totally would.
He'll totally forget what way he's supposed to run.
Yep.
Yeah. That's funny. A fucking NFL game, but one guy's on mushrooms.
Yeah.
You can pick out which one. Very clearly that guy.
It's that guy.
His jersey's on
I got
backwards.
Oh, man, that's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, good things.
All right, cool. Go Bills.
Yeah, go Bills.
A lot of fun stuff happening in our local area.
Yeah. So yeah, come on down, get some food at Marketside down, and definitely go to the show.
Get some of the
show
baked
tomorrow.
goods. You have a theory that there might be some addictive substances in the brownies. That's the only explanation.
I had to wean myself off them.
It's like a brownie detox
They're
program.
so good.
Like you had to do like a methadone program.
Yeah.
Where like you ate one Cocoa Puff an hour until you could cut it to half.
Right,
to get yourself
exactly.
off the chocolate.
I think I'm down to a quarter Cocoa Puff a day.
Yeah. Everything in there was absolutely banging.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, hey, keep listening. There's a lot of updates, a lot of things changing in the world. I'm sure y'all know.
Yep.
We'll wait for fucking. This is your number one source of Captain news.
That's right.
All right, and I don't find out until he tells me here. So don't ask me. Fuck's sake, I don't know.
I don't know the answer.
I don't know. All right, but keep listening. We'll always be here. This RSS feed goes forever.
Yes.
Until it's in the darkness. Until it's like I Am Legend, and me and him are just sitting here, and everyone's waiting for us to like send coordinates, and we just keep talking about sandwiches and football.
Yeah. In our tent.
Yeah, in our mushroom tent. Yeah. So yeah, if all else fails, we'll be in a mushroom tent doing this podcast.
Yes.
All right. See you next time.
See you next time.
This is the Captain's Jug of Thoughts podcast.